What is good, YouTube? Quinn Way coming to you with that basketball analysis on the Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there, the playoff edition. And we're going to talk about how the Indiana Pacers beat the Oklahoma City Thunder today, 116 to 107. They didn't win by double figures, but it was okay because they didn't trail majority of the game. They actually was able to compete and stay in the game and also keep the lead throughout the game. And it's just showing you that margin between Oklahoma City and Indiana isn't as big as we thought it was. Indiana earned their spot here. They deserve the credit. They deserve everything that they're getting right now. And they're playing great basketball on both ends of the court. They was getting steals, they was getting rebounds, they was knocking down shots, making plays, and everybody stepped up mostly for the Pacers. And that's what you need to do to beat a team like Oklahoma City. You have to keep the ball moving. You have to take care of the ball. Guys, that's your stars, have to do their part, and the role players have to do their part too. And they was able to stay ahead a lot of this game, showing you that they can really compete with the Oklahoma City Thunder at a high level. A lot of people thought the series would be over quick. A lot of people thought that the Indiana Pacers wasn't in competition for the Thunder, and that's not the case, obviously, because the Thunder did lead in the first quarter by almost double figures, and then they ended up having the Pacers come all the way back and show that they can knock down shots and they can be ready for anything that the Thunder can throw at them. And that's something that you have to do if you're trying to win a championship. You have to go out there and play your best basketball each and every time you're out there to be able to win the 4 games that's necessary for you to be champions. And I'm going to tell you the truth. The Indiana Pacers have impressed me lately, and they have been really showing you that they are a championship caliber team. And tonight was just a good example of that. But Indiana ended up losing that first quarter 32-24. They also ended up winning the second quarter 40-28, and that's why the game stayed competitive and close. But OKC was able to figure out how to win that third quarter because they won it 29-20. The only problem is the most important quarter is the fourth, and the Indiana Pacers won that 32-18, which allowed them to hang on to the lead, keep the lead, and close the game out with the lead, making them the victory team, the team with the victory tonight. And that's just good to see because we wanted a close series, we wanted a competitive series, and Indiana has really made it that. And OKC hasn't been living up to that hype that we've been giving them. And Shea didn't really bring the game home for the Thunder. He didn't really take over the game. Neither did Jalen Williams, even though they didn't have terrible games. They didn't step up when it mattered the most. They missed free throws. They didn't take care of the ball. They just didn't hustle as hard as they usually do. And the Pacers did all those things, and that's why they was able to close out this game by 9. Chet Holmgren, 35 minutes, 6 of 15 from the field. But the problem with his game was he went 0 of 6 from 3, although he went 8 or 9 from the free throw line. He finished with 20 and 10. One of his rebounds was offensive, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, a +1 and plus minus. You want him to continue to space the floor, and you do want him to be aggressive, putting the ball on the floor and looking to get to the free throw line. Although he has shown that he's not the greatest free throw shooter, you want to get those guys in foul trouble and get them off the court, especially when you rebound as well as he did tonight. Other than that, you just want him to be able to knock down those threes when they're open, or some shots he got blocked by Miles Turner too, so that does count as a missed field goal. But other than that, this was a game that you want to build upon. If you're Chet, you did a lot of things right, and you have gave a lot of things away, and you just want to take care of the ball and play smarter the next game. Jalen Williams, 36 minutes, 9 to 17 from the field, 101 from 3, 7 of 11 from the free throw line. He did have 26.6 rebounds, 2 was offense, so 3 assists, 1 steal, 4 turnovers, 3 personal fouls. He finished as a -9 and plus minus. I mean, he is one of their better ball handler, one of their better decision makers. He was able to find his teammates, but he also was able to score the ball a lot. But in that fourth quarter, I feel like he crumbled, couldn't make the shots that mattered the most, couldn't make enough of them. And he didn't make the plays at the highest level either when the game was close and they needed somebody to create something. And you can also say the same thing about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who actually played the most off the team tonight, in the game. 42 minutes, 9 of 20 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 24 points, 4 assists, 8 rebounds. 2 of them was offensive. He did have 3 blocks. The problem was he also had 6 turnovers and 2 personal fouls, but he finished as a -3 and plus minus. The man can score, the man can fill it up, the man is hard to stop and hard to stay in front of, and he's hard to stop out from getting to the paint. But he didn't really dominate the ball as much as he usually does. He didn't really dominate the game efficiency wise tonight either. But the Pacers are adjusting, they're adapting, they're making things more tough and more difficult to the best of their ability. And they held them under 30, so they did a great job because he had got that, the first 2 games. Luguentz Dort, 36 minutes, 4 of 8 from the field. It was basically all threes that he made, and one of them he missed. Other than that, 12 points. As long as he gets in double figures, he and defends at a high level. That's all you can really ask him to do. 4 rebounds, one of them was offensive. He did have also 3 personal fouls. He didn't turn the ball over, but he didn't also have a steal or a block like he normally does. He finished as a +1 and plus minus in 12 points. Cason Wallace starting again. 24 minutes, 3 of 5 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He also made a free throw in the fourth quarter that could have helped him give them a better chance of still being able to win the game. But he finished with 7 points, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers, 2 personal fouls. He also finished with 4 boards. One of them was offensive. He brought effort. That's all you can really ask him to do besides make shots. He did that also, but didn't really help enough for them to be able to win. Jalen Williams played a couple seconds, so he only finished as a +1 and plus minus. Kenrich Williams, 2 minutes, 0-1 from the field. It was a 3 that he missed, -2 and plus minus. Isaiah Hartenstein, 2 or 3 from the field, finished around the basket. Was only able to get 3 rebounds because he only played 18 minutes. He did have a steal. He did have a turnover and 2 personal fouls. He finished as a -4 and plus minus with 4 points. And Alex Caruso finished with 32 minutes played just like a starter tonight. 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3. He did get 4 assists and 5 rebounds, one of them being offensive with 2 steals and the turnover with 3 personal fouls. He was a -15 and plus minus. He also had 8 points. 8 points was the highest off the bench. Plus, he was able to impact the game in a variety of different ways, whether it was defense or closing out possessions or just trying to find a guy if he doesn't have the right shot. Isaiah Joe, 4 minutes, 2 of 2 from the field. It was all threes. He also had 2 personal fouls. He finished with 6. And he was just ready to go when he had to open threes, and he was letting them fly. And he made all of them tonight that he took in those 4 minutes. And Aaron Wiggins played 10 minutes. The problem with him, he went 0-2 from the field, although he did get 2 rebounds, one of them in offensive with 2 assists and a turnover. He also had 3 personal fouls and a -5 and plus minus. The rest of the guys did not play coach's decision. 37 to 79, 46% from the field as a team, 10 to 22, 45% from 3, 23 to 30, 76% from the free throw line. They also did have 42 rebounds total with 16 assists, 6 boards. They also had 4 blocks, 17 turnovers, and 20 personal fouls. And that wasn't enough to get it done, even though they shot the ball well from 3. They didn't shoot the ball good enough from the field compared to the Pacers, and they missed way too many free throws when they mattered the most. If they really wanted to win, you just can't do that. Plus, you got to pay a little bit more better defense because I feel like the Pacers got the shots that they wanted. They was able to play cool, calm, and collective, even though the Thunder was coming at them and trying to make things difficult. They didn't really get rushed. They really didn't force much, and they just played within themselves too. And that was just a winning recipe for them tonight. And this is how the Pacers play because Pascal Siakam played 32 minutes, 8 of 14 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. He did get 6 boards, 4 assists with 2 steals in the block. He also had 3 personal fouls. He was a +8 and plus minus. He did have 21 points. He had that mid-range jumper going. He was able to get good switches and good mismatches and being able to score. He didn't make none of his threes, which is unfortunate, but he did also help defensively. Getting steals and blocks in certain categories is always important because it shows you that you really wanted to win the game. And the stats don't speak the volumes of how well Siakam played tonight. And he is their best player, but he didn't play the best tonight. It was Tyrese Halliburton, who played 36 minutes and went 9 of 17 from the field, hitting the floater, hitting the threes, just trying to have that killer instinct to make sure they're able to win the game like their best player should. They both showed up even in the fourth quarter, and it was able to help this team perform well. He was 4 of 8 from three, but he did have 11 assists and 22 points, so a double double for him. He also finished with 9 rebounds, one of them being offensive with 2 steals and a block. Also, he only had 4 turnovers tonight, which is a lot for him, but it didn't hurt him enough, to where they ended up losing the game. And he didn't really make none in the fourth quarter. One personal foul, he was a +1 and plus minus. All you can really ask is the starters to fill in their spots and just be ready to score whenever they get the ball, or just continue to compete defensively. But I did like their rebounding tonight. Guys made extra effort to be able to do that, even though they did get out rebounded by the Thunder. They showing you that that's a weakness in their game, but if they continue to find good shots throughout their offense, they're not going to miss enough to where rebounds are going to hurt them. And tonight was a good example of that. Aaron E. Smith ended up hitting a crucial three, but he only finished 1 of 2 tonight, and he was 3 of 5 from the field with 22 minutes, 2 rebounds, one of them being offensive with a steal and a block. He did also foul out, which sucks, but it'd be like that when you're trying to be a great defender and you're trying to work as hard as you can to make things difficult for your opponent. But he was a +1 and plus minus with 7 points. Miles Turner didn't shoot the ball that great. He did play with a game that he finished with 30 minutes. He was 3 of 11 from the field, 1 of 4 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He did get 2 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, but he had a monstrous 5 blocks with 2 turnovers and 2 personal fouls. He was a -8 and plus minus. He didn't get in double figures tonight because he didn't hit his threes and he didn't hit his mid ranges and he didn't finish great enough in the paint. But he was able to do a lot of things disastrous when it comes to stopping what the Oklahoma City Thunder was trying to do, especially when it comes to blocks, just being at the right spot at the right time, even if it's on the perimeter, because he even blocked Chet, who said, you know what, I want to take this shot. Miles Turner said, no, that's not going to happen. I want to win this game, and we want to close y'all out. So I'm definitely going to try to block that three, which is tough to do, but he was able to accomplish that, showing how much he really wanted to win. You can say the same thing about Tyrese. You can say the same thing about Pascal. You can say the same thing about Nesmith. And Andrew Nembhard just picked the right time to score and pick the right times to get off the basketball or get out the way or stay out the way like he normally does. 33 minutes, 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from three, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He did get 4 boards, one of them being offensive with assists. He also had 3 turnovers and 5 personal fouls. He was a +3 and plus minus. He finished only with 8. So even though he didn't really do as much as you probably wanted him to, he was at the right spots and took the right shots at the right time, like he does. And that's what you have to love about him. He lets everybody play their game. He can play off guys or just get his own shot or just make his own plays. And that's what makes him a special player in that lineup for the Indiana Pacers. Obi Toppin, 28 minutes, 4 of 9 from the field. He did go 0 of 3 from the three-point line, though. He also had 7 boards, 2 of them being offensive with an assist and 2 blocks, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls, plus 18 and plus minus. He did finish with 8 points. He was really great off the bench. You wish he made more threes, of course, but with the rebounding and the ability to get the blocks and play hard is all you want him to do. He's been one of their best bench players, and he actually continued that tonight. Thomas Bryant, 3 minutes played. He only got 2 personal fouls, and he finished as a -4 and plus minus, and he didn't score any points. TJ McConnell was a fabulous 15 minutes, 3 of 8 from the field, or 1 from three. He was 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He just really dictated the pace when he was out there trying to score and make decisions, because he did finish with 5 assists, and he also had 1 board. It was offensive. He also had 5 steals. They kept finding ways to rush, so he was just finding ways to be at the right spot at the right time and just making a play. And they ended up rewarding him and the team very greatly tonight. Even in the fourth quarter, he was able to capitalize off their mistakes. And, that's what you want to do. And usually the Thunder don't do that enough. But he was able to make plays and things happen just like the rest of his teammates tonight. 2 turnovers, 1 personal foul, plus 12 and plus minus 10 points. Great to see him getting double figures, but Benedict Mathurin also got in double figures and was the best player off the bench. 9 of 12 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. He finished with 27, which was actually the most points on the Indiana Pacers, and it also was the most points on the night for both teams. And He also grabbed 4 rebounds, one of them being offensive with an assist, a block, a turnover. He was a plus 16 and plus minus. The best part about Benedict Mathurin, he doesn't get scared or frightened with his shot selection. He can hit the three, he can get to the basket, he can use his speed and strength to be able to get to the rim or close enough to it to where he can make an and one or go to the free throw line. And he can shoot the three off the dribble or the spot up mid range, or he can catch and shoot, making him a tough guy to deal with. This isn't the first time he got 20 points off the bench. He did it already, even in the last series too, showing you that he's a big part of what they do and a big part of their identity. And he's one of the best Pacers in the league, and he showed that all season, and he's showing that also in the playoffs so far. Ben Shepherd, 18 minutes, 2 of 5 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 2 rebounds, one of them was offensive, 2 steals, one personal foul, -2 and plus minus. He only had 4 points, but that was good because the other things he was able to contribute tonight ended up helping very much so in this game. And you got to be happy for him. He didn't play a ton of minutes, didn't get a lot of shots, but he did what he could in the minutes that he got. Only bad part about his game was going 0-2 from 3. Other than that, good game from him. Other than that, the rest of the guys did not play. Coach's decision, 44 of 86, 51% from the field, 9 of 27, 33% from 3, 19 of 22, 86% from the free throw line. That was good to see. They took a lot, and they was able to make them at a good rate. Unlike the Oklahoma City Thunder, they only had 37 rebounds, 24 assists, 13 steals, 11 blocks, 13 turnovers, and 24 personal fouls. They actually had more steals and more blocks than the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's uncharacteristic of the Thunder. It's just that the Indiana Pacers didn't make that many mistakes. They didn't really get, too much advantage to give to the Thunder to be able to capitalize off of. And they just played a great game and just outsmarted the Thunder and just executed better than the Thunder tonight. Anytime you can have 13 turnovers against the Thunder, that's a good thing, especially when you turn them over 17 times. The problem is you don't want them to get to the free throw line as much as they did tonight. If you're a Pacers fan, that's something you can look at and say, we definitely don't want to do that again. Obviously, you want to be able to contain Shea as much as you can, make it difficult, make them passive like you did tonight, and that gives you a good shot at being able to win a game because they are hard when they're playing great defense, turning you over and making things tough and difficult to even try to find a way to score. I feel like the Pacers took their time. They got the shots that they wanted. They pushed themselves and they tried to find a way to score that basketball as best as they could. And the Thunder just couldn't do the same, which is unfortunate, but it sucks. But it's also part of the game. We got to give the Pacers credit for them taking it up a notch defensively. And that's what they needed to do to stay ahead. That's what they needed to do to be able to build a lead. And that's what they needed to do to close out the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. The Thunder, they're going to be tough. They're going to come back. They're going to look at it like we just needed to get one in Indiana and we can still win this series. I honestly had the Thunder in 6, so I knew it was going to be tough. I knew it was going to be difficult for them to sweep or beat the Indiana Pacers in 5. I didn't think that was possible. And now that's proof that it ain't. No, just because the Pacers were able to win tonight doesn't mean they're going to win the series. It just shows you that their confidence and their work ethic and their belief is high. And they're going against the best team in the NBA because the Thunder are healthy and they're not really having too much trouble or too much difficulties outside of game 2. And I'm looking at it like, well, the people say they was winning majority of the series and they only was winning because they only won game 1 because the Thunder collapsed and allowed them to get back in the game, and they took advantage of that and was able to close it. But that just shows you that they knew what they had to do, and they knew what was needed for them to do to be able to win a game in this series. And if you can win 1, you have the confidence to win 2. Now you win 2. Now you feel like we still have the ability to win Oklahoma City. We showed that already. So we still feel like we can win this series in 6. We still feel like we can finish off the Thunder and pull off the upset because we did it twice already. Nobody thought the Thunder, especially the way they started that first quarter, was going to be able to lose this game. They thought the Thunder was going to be locked in and focused and really ready to take it to the Pacers because they want to show that they're the better team. And the Pacers took that blow and they just kept coming and they just kept executing. They just kept playing hard. They kept trying to do whatever it took to be able to stay in this game, to be able to win it. And they got it done. it's hard to do that. It's tough to do that. That's why people say it's difficult and frustrating to get to the NBA Finals. But I will say the Indiana Pacers are making the best of it, and they are going out there having fun and executing and making things look easier than it really is. And I just like the fact that they took their time and got the shots that they wanted. It made the plays that they wanted to. And that's what it's all about. And that's why Rick Carlisle gives credit for being one of the greatest coaches ever, because he has his guys ready and he really believes in this team. He really feels like they can win this series, even though people don't feel the same. And even when the Thunder showing that they can play better and they can beat them easy compared to what the Pacers have to do each and every game to be able to beat the Thunder, it just shows you that those little small margins of error are very important. And like a lot of coaches says, honestly and truthfully, you have to value each possession, because those chances and those opportunities is what you allow a team to get and do. And that can dictate how the game goes and how you win or lose. And the Pacers understand that, and the Pacers get that. And you have to give them a lot of credit for playing that way in this game. And then also making it look like we're actually probably the better team, even though people didn't believe that or think that we are. We're showing you that we can actually beat this team two more times if we continue to execute the way we did tonight on both ends of the court. There's no reason why we shouldn't. But the Thunder feel the same way. And that's what makes a great series, and that's what makes it competitive, and that's what makes it fun, and that's what makes it enjoyable for the fans like us to be able to watch and want to see what happens next. So all I can say is let's see what happens in game 3, well, game 4 I should say, and that should be something that we look forward to watching. um Definitely, it's crazy the way things have been going for the Pacers right now, man. And I only can say I'm looking forward to seeing more. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis. And if you're new to the channel, I do conversation videos just like this and various NBA only topics. I also do breakdowns of real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. I also do my draft and draft coverage. So if you love that type of content, this is the channel for you, because I do so much of it that you will never get bored and you'll always feel like you want more. And I upload videos each and every day, and also do um, I also do have 3,000 plus videos already on my channel, and that's give you something to watch already while you're waiting for me to make something new and give y'all something fresh to watch when it comes to analysis and entertainment. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed your day. Hope you guys enjoying y'all weekdays. The next game ain't into Friday, so I'll find some different type of content to talk and give y'all as it continues to go on the week. So other than that, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for continuing to check out the channel. Thank y'all for continuing to stay subscribed. Thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is and loving this channel for that reason. And thank y'all for continuing to make time for your boy Quinn Darnell Wade. And I love y'all for that too. Other than that, see you guys later. Let's continue to make 2025 a better year than 2015. That's all we can try to do, is try to up ourselves, push ourselves to be better, push ourselves to be greater, and enjoy the process and doing that. And that's what make us great. That's what make us famous, and that's what make us some of the best entertainers in the world. And that's why you see so much of us putting in a lot of work and showing you that you're always watching and listening to the same people, because this is what we love to do, and you guys love entertainment that we give y'all. And that's a 50-50 reason why this channel is still around, because y'all love what I make and y'all love what I continue to say and give y'all. And that's why y'all continue to come back, and I continue to come back to give this channel more meat to it, because that's the funnest part about it, is enjoying what you do. And that's what I learned about making this channel years ago and still making content for it now. Other than that, I'm gone. See you guys later. And other than that, thanks for watching. See y'all later. Peace. And hopefully it's tomorrow, Thursday, obviously Friday when the finals are coming back. And other than that, peace out. Y'all stay blessed up. Gone.